Hey there, race fans. Welcome to event number 2 of the PSR Challenges, or the PSR Respectful Racing events in Mitchell Morgan's lobbies. So today we are out at Grand Valley Highway, and I think there is some bad blood between those two front drivers at the moment. Greg White in position number 1, Unfazed in position number 2. Greg White won the previous race with the Group 4s. Now we jump into the Group 3s out here at Grand Valley, and yeah, let's run through the grid and see who's where in the mix of things. So starting in position number 1, once again, is Greg White. He's in the Peugeot. Unfazed in a Peugeot as well in position number 2. Then we have Rita St. James. She's also in a Peugeot. Welcome to Rita. She is lightning quick. We call her Rita the Rocket, and there's a reason why. Then we have PSR, Welsh boy, in a Peugeot as well, in the camel livery. Then we have Hulky in position number 5. He's driving the Alpha. In 6th, we have Jamrock, also in an Alpha. Then Drac Fury in the Beetle. Surprise, surprise. He won't find Drac in anything else but the Beetle if it's available. Then Jonesy is driving with us today. He's in the Subaru BRZ, the DHL livery. Mitch Morgan in the Lexus. He's in the Lexus, the green and black one. Also still having issues with the steering, wheel of the vehicles. He has spoken with the team leaders, and they have got back to the manufacturer. They're waiting for some kind of these issues to be resolved. At the moment, he's still out on track in the Lexus, and wanted to try and do his best out here. You can see he's in P9. Obviously, that's not where he normally begins the races. He normally qualifies way further up the grid. Then it's me. I'm also in the Lexus, the Hancock livery, and I'm in position number 10 with Borky in position number 11 in the Porsche 911 RSR. Great car that. Borky and I seem to be at a similar level, although he is far more consistent than me. So I think we might have a bit of a battle here today. But it's almost time to get this race started. So let's get out and ready before we start with the countdown to get the race done. It should be happening anytime soon now. There we go. The lights are beginning to go. Let's see how the guys do with. Oh, it looks like a jump start by Mitchell Morgan there. Oh my word, it's not a great start by him. Greg White out front, Unfazed in second. Welsh boy moving up into third position. Rita St. James drops back to fourth. Drac Fury in fifth, and Jonesy in sixth. Hulky racing. It's Hulky behind the wheel in position number 7, and I'm in position number 8. But in front, it's Greg White again, and Unfazed and Welsh boy fighting it out in position number 2 and 3. But Greg White putting the hammer down early here. He knows that he's going to have a target on his back by Unfazed, because the two of them had a ding-dong battle in race number 1 with the Group 4s, and Unfazed does not like to come second. So he's right on the back of Greg already. You can see the battle is hotting up, and it's not even a few turns in on lap 1. Look at that. Look at Unfazed sneaking up and trying to get that car around. He's, with no uncertain terms, telling Greg White, listen boy, I'm coming for you today. And Greg White will know all about that. He's right there in his left mirror. Unfazed moves past. Greg White drops to second place. My word, it's a start and a half for lap number 1 out here at Grand Valley. Welsh boy in second position, with Rita St. James clamoring all over the back end of that Shell Camel Peugeot. And Rita looking for the boss. Does she get it done? Let's have a look. Welsh boy seems to keep it, but Rita's on the inside here. She moves past into position number 3, and Drac Fury is now on the back of Welsh boy in the orange Beetle. Let's move up further to the front of the grid. We'll see how that fight is happening in the front. It looks like Unfazed is breaking out a gap in front of Greg White, with Rita St. James not far behind Greg. But Unfazed really putting the hammer down. He's got something to prove out here today. Greg White in that beautiful livery in that car, the Sky livery on the Peugeot. Great looking car that. But in position number 2, and this is going to be a fight right from start to finish. 9 laps here today. We're in lap number 2 at the moment. Rita in third position. We are currently filming her with Welsh boy behind her. She's got the black and white livery. Let's have a look at Wellsboy and how he's trying to hold that Beetle off. Drag Fury in position number 5. You can see him. The car's concertinaing in as they hit the brakes, coming down into that hairpin. Drag Fury taking the inside line. Does he get the pass done? No, not as yet. It's Wellsboy fighting for it. And what? Whoa, Drag Fury right around the outside in that Beetle. That really is a bit of a monster. It doesn't look like it should be as quick as it is, but it is a real beast, that little car. Jonesy doing very, very well out here. P6 so far in the DHL BRZ. Here's Jamrock in position number 7 in the Alpha. And it's me behind Jamrock at the moment. I'm not sure how that happened. Normally I'm way towards the back of the field, right in last position. But at the moment seem to be able to hold Hulky off, which is a miracle in itself. Hulky extremely quick, no matter what he's driving. He's a very, very underrated driver in my opinion. But at the moment I'm chasing Jamrock to drive with the Lexus at the moment. This is what my view looks like, chasing these boys, trying to get the power down nice and smoothly, because this car will kick the tail out if you get on the juice pedal too heavily in the bends or exiting the bends, but really good on the long straights. And here we go, Hulky racing, closing the gap behind me. Oh, Borky having a bit of hard luck there with the Porsche. Seems to have bent it a little bit, but I'm not sure where Mitch is. I think he might have retired from the race because of that steering. The steering just not helping him out here today. But back in front, it's Unfazed, absolutely flying in that Peugeot. Look at that. Him and Rita St. James are teammates today, driving the same livery. And she's got past Greg White. Greg White dropping down the order, starting from position number 1, but now back into 3rd. And that is not something that we see very often. Greg White normally right up at the front, as we saw with the previous race of the Group 4s. But he's in position number 3 at the moment, and it looks like he's gone slightly wide there off that turn. Drag Fury is going to hunt him down after that. He's going to take as much advantage as he can of that mistake. But Greg White will defend, and he will defend cleanly. Let's have a look at this driver, Drag Fury, in that Beetle. For a second, you can see what it looks like in that car. Rolling through the turns, getting on the power. Whoa, a bit of a drift there. Look at losing. That car is a bit of a monster. Looking like it's quite difficult. I think it might end up playing it to his disadvantage with how it's going to wear on the tyres. But Greg White seems to be pulling away now after its slight glitch. And Wellsboy holding 4th. Oh, we got a pit stop. Our race leader has gone into the pits. Rita St. James takes the lead of the race. I'm in position number 7 with Hulky right on my tail. It's right with Hulky at the moment. Oh, I've hit the barrier. I've hit the wall. Hulky definitely going to have an easy chance to pass here. Down the inside. The Lexus extremely good though. Extremely good car if you know what you're doing with it. But I'm not as consistent as I should be, so which is why I'm normally at the back of the field. But at the moment, looking pretty clean. Hulky sounding like he's having to back off in order to not run into the back of me. And Unfazed down to position number 9 from leading the race, as he has gone into the pits and switched tyres. Gorky in position number 9 in the Porsche, seemed to struggle with the RSR a little bit out here. Oh, there's Mitch. I thought he might. Oh, Borgie's off in the sand, and Mitchell Morgan seems to be waiting for him, but off he goes. Corky continues, but it's Rita St. James leading the race. Greg White in second place. Drag Fury going into the pits at the moment with the Beatles. So the pit stops are beginning to happen halfway through the race. At lap number 5 of 9, Rita leading the race. Greg White in second, tucking in behind her on their slipstream as they plough through the S's. Very, very smooth lines by Rita. Let's get into with Greg White and watch him chase the leader. Very, very nice lines by Rita. Greg White following suit. You can hear how Greg is having to work those gears and brakes as you come through the tight turns. Rita St. James, or Rita the Rocket, really holding her own out here today. She is very, very quick. Greg White biding his time. There we see in the yellow car, Welsh Boy in third position behind Greg White. Another Peugeot, all the Peugeots right up front at the moment. Really, really good car out here for this track. By the look of it, it seems to be the meta car for the PSR Championship, or the PSR race event out here at Grand Valley. Jonesy racing well, nice and smooth, holding a solid 4th place at the moment. Rita St. James going into the pits at the moment. Greg White stays out, he takes the lead of the race. And Welsh Boy moves into second. Jonesy into third. Jamrock will shoot into 4th position. While Rita is still in the pits, she's just going to be coming out the pits anytime soon. But it's Greg White once again in the lead of the race. But nonetheless, he will need to pit at some stage. And that will be very, very interesting to see where he comes out in the mix of things. At the moment, Unfazed, who was the race leader, is now in position number 6. So does Greg White have enough time between the two of them to go and make that pit stop and come out in front? That is going to be very, very interesting to see. But Unfazed has laid down the quickest lap of the race, a 149.307. Greg's quickest lap is a 150.678. So there is quite a significant difference between the two at the moment. So Greg White is really going to have to put the hammer down in order to whittle that down and give himself a chance of coming out in front of Unfazed Peugeot. When he comes out of the pits. Welsh Boy doing very, very well out here today in position number 2. Also very, very used to running out in front is Welsh Boy. But at the moment it's Greg White getting it a little bit wide. That is definitely going to not going to help his chances. It will help Unfazed chances at getting that lead back. Unfazed moves into 5th position. He's overtaken Hulky further back on the grid. Greg White's, there it is. Greg White coming into the pits, as is Welsh Boy. Jonesy in 3rd. He's also coming into the pits. You can see him flying down into pit lane. Jamrock in 4th. Will he go in and pit as well? Let's have a look and see. Yep, he's coming into the pits. Unfazed though, pitted early. He was obviously on a different tyre. He was running the softs, now he'll be on the hards. But here he comes into position number 1. Greg White definitely did not have enough time between the two of them. But Greg White in position number 4. It's Hulky in 2nd at the moment. Rita St. James in 3rd and Greg White in 4th. I'm not sure when Hulky needs to pit, but I'm presuming it's going to be sometime soon. Oh, it looks like he got it slightly wrong there. Rita St. James is going to take advantage of that, as is Greg White. Hulky with a half a second penalty now. Rita St. James rockets through on the inside, now the outside on the next turn. Greg White also positioning himself to get past Looks like he'll get that done anytime soon. Hulky slithering about there, getting the car into the sand on the inside. Greg White moves through, gets into third position, and Hulky is now pushed back into fourth with Welsh Boy in fifth in the Ferrari. He's going to obviously fight it out with Hulky as they get along, but it's Rita St. James in second, and Greg White's in third at the moment. Greg White going to obviously try to get himself past that car and into contention for the lead of the race, but Rita St. James is definitely not going to back down. She's going to want to keep that position like anything, but she's fighting it out with Greg. She holds a position. Looked like Greg White did get ahead of her for a second there, but Rita St. James fights him off and gets back into second position. Unfazed, while these two are battling, is pulling out a gap in between himself in second place, which is Rita St. James at the moment. Greg White right on the bumper, trading paint with the back end of Rita's car. What a race! My word. Here comes Greg White on the slipstream. He's definitely going to have a look and take a shot at getting past Rita's car at the moment. She's trying to defend. She's down the inside. Greg White looks down the outside, can't get past. Great driving by Rita and Greg to keep that clean through there. My word, how far is Unfazed in the lead at the moment? I'm not sure. Riveted into this race between Rita and Greg White. What a battle going on for second and third position here. Rita St. James holding Greg White off, which is not an easy task at all. Greg White looking for the inside. Rita St. James on the inside on the next turn. She keeps position number 2. Greg White forced to slot in behind her again. Looks for another opening down the other side. Rita St. James through the apex, and Greg White forced to stay behind her, and probably not the best time to try to pass through those twisty sections. Could end up with both cars going off into the gravel and then losing multiple places. But at the moment, Greg White doesn't seem to be too phased with that. He just wants to get into that position number 2 and get another win up on Unfazed. Unfazed at the moment, obviously enjoying the fact that there's a big battle going on behind him. He can relax a bit. He hasn't got the pressure on him. Rita, on the other hand, has got piles and piles of pressure being put onto her by Greg White. All the Peugeots at the front of the race. It's Unfazed in first, Rita St. James second, Greg White third. Will Greg get it here? My word. Looks like he has got past. Yes, he has. Rita St. James in third. Now we switch over to the camera on Greg White's car, and he is now going to try to start the hunt for Unfazed. It's lap 8 of 9 as we cross onto the final lap now. It's lap number 9. This is the final chance for Greg White to get that car ahead of the Peugeot of Unfazed, and I don't think it's going to be an easy task. Unfazed really gelling well with this car at the moment, really pulling out very quick times. But that said, it's Welsh Boy at the moment with a 149.088, the quickest man on the lap, on the race, and that is 200ths of a second, or more, slightly more than 200ths of a second quicker than Unfazed's quickest time, the leader of the race. So Welsh Boy really on the power at the moment, with Greg White trying to hunt down Unfazed. I'm not sure what the tyres are the guys are using at the moment. I'm presuming that Unfazed is going to be on the hards, Greg White's going to be on the softs at the moment, so that should give him an advantage to try and get onto the back of Unfazed's car. But the time that he has to do that is being whittled away really quickly. That battle with Rita has obviously given Unfazed a lovely advantage, and here we come through the long straight over the bridge. Unfazed out front, Greg White chasing. 149.088, quickest lap by Welsh Boy. It is an event of note. You can see that gap closing down. Unfazed in first, Greg White chasing. We get into the car with Greg White, passenger seat camera, trying to follow. This is the final turn of the race. Will Greg be able to get close enough to get a slipstream and pass Unfazed? I don't think that is going to happen. I don't think that is going to happen. Here comes the win. Oh, congratulations to Greg White for second, and a little twist on the wheel by Unfazed to say what a great race, brilliant racing by Greg White. There he is in second position. Third place, Welsh Boy. Fourth, Rita St James. Fifth is Jonesy. Jack Veery crosses in sixth. Jamrock in seventh. Oh, almost got him at that last second. Hulky finishes in eighth. I'm in ninth position at the moment with the Lexus. Way behind the rest of the pack. It has not been a good race for me, either in the Group 4 or the Group 3. Here we go. Taking it easy. Lovely sounding car, this. It is fantastic. Just filming me as we close up the race. Here we come off the start finish straight. And then finally we have Borky finishing up in the Porsche 911 RSR. And I think Mitch Morgan definitely on this race did end up retiring because of the steering of the car. Very unfortunate for him, but hopefully they can get those steering issues sorted out so he can be back up at the top of the grid with the other guys where he belongs. But a great race out here by the guys. Fantastic race by Unfazed, taking the win, getting one back on Greg White, who finished up in second place. But Rita St James, what a fight with her and Greg. That was an amazing battle to watch. But that's it for us for today, guys, from Grand Valley. So drive safely, take care. We'll see you on the track.